Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is the Rope and Dope Report. I am your host, Chris Carlson. Actually did a prediction video for the Pavlik Williams fight on HBO, October 3rd. And I do have Williams winning by decision. I think if he completely fights smart and goes around the ring, lateral, circling the opponent, staying off the ropes, and not standing in front, because he does have a tendency to stand in front of his guy and just swing on him with the volume shots. I think that if he doesn't do that, if he gets close enough to where he can get inside the shots, that's different. But other than that, I think if he fights smart, he can definitely win the fight and outbox Pavlik. But we're going to see, a lot of people are already talking about, I'm talking about chins here, and this is what this episode's about. We're going to talk about chins, who can take a punch, whatever, in this between these two guys. And the reason why I bring this up is because George Peterson, the manager and trainer, who I think has done a great job with Paul Williams, and seems like he's really there for his fighter. He brings him up away from where I believe Williams lives, and they kind of have a camp together, and I think he stays with them, and gets him breakfast right there for him. And it seems like, I saw a Ring Life episode, seems like they got a great relationship. But I did hear how this is going to be the easiest fight out there for him, between a couple guys that he was thinking about getting a fight with. One is an undefeated fighter. I don't know how to say his last name. It begins with a D. It's like Sergio DZ something. I'm not gonna sit there and dude's like 36-0. He beat Santos. Seen him fight. I just forget to say out his name. He basically said it's gonna be one of his easiest fights, or the easiest fight that was in front of him to be signed. Okay, but he also said, and that may be, who knows? We'll find out. But the thing about it, he said that Pavlik has a China chin. Okay, meaning he's chinny. He thinks he can take it. His fighter can take advantage of Pavlik's chin, and I disagree with that. First of all, who has he knocked out? I'm talking about Paul Williams here. At like 154 or 160, like knocked out, put on his butt. Quintana he knocked out, but he also got outboxed in the first fight. Margarito didn't go anywhere. He can be knocked out. Shane Mosley proved that. And we don't know about Margarito if he was, using in that time. That even shows more respect for Paul Williams' chin, if he was using the old, plaster. But the reason why I bring this up is because Pavlik's shown he's got a chin. Bernard Hopkins came into that fight because it was a catchweight. I think he weighed in at 172, came in like $185, he said. And Pavlik was like 170 and came, weighed in, and then 172. So there's like 13, 15-pound difference. And Bernard Hopkins isn't a crazy powerful fighter anymore, but he used to have a whole lot of power. Or, a pretty good amount of power. Used to live up to his executioner, nickname. But he still got plenty of pop. Let's not forget about that. And he hit him with a bunch of shots. And Pavlik, he was stunned and buzzed and minorly hurt in some of that, but he didn't go down. Jermaine Taylor's got some power in pop. I guess I was trying to say there. He's got some pop. He's got a fair amount of power. He's got really fast hands, so it's hard to see when his punches are coming. And even when Pavlik put his hands down and let him hit him, he got up from that and knocked him out. And so in Miranda, they just slugged it out right then and there. And you could say Miranda in 07 when they fought was a little fresher than he is now. So I don't know what that is about Peterson. I don't know if he's trying to hype up the fight and just get some trash talking out there, because obviously maybe it's going to be a trainer type trash, like the Mayweather Roach thing, because neither fighter really talks a lot of trash, Paul Williams or Pavlik. Pavlik talks a little more, but Jack Lowe, his trainer, Pavlik's trainer, likes to talk. So maybe it's just going to be one of those things. They're going to talk back and forth. Or if he really believes that his fighter is going to knock Pavlik out. I don't see that at all. And if he is just going for that, that's going to be a problem. And let's talk about this. Pavlik, Jack Lowe, and Pavlik to an extent, but Jack Lowe in the countdown shows and a lot of the interviews leading up to the Hopkins fight with Pavlik, he said our number one thing is we're going to knock out the old man. And that's what we're going for. And he kept stressing it and stressing it and stressing it. And right then and there, I put money on Hopkins. I mean, it was like a 5-1 or 4-1 anyway. So I was gonna, put money on it anyway. But that really made me think, what is he? Does he know who he's fighting? And in a sense, that's what I think about this. When you talk about his chin, I don't, I'd like to hear videos or comments about this, but you can't say that Pavlik's chin is his problem. I don't think so. His one dimension come forward 1-2 1-2 or double up on the jab right hand is his problem. He can be outboxed all day, but to say that he's chinny, I just don't see that. So I like to see what everybody thinks of that. Like I said, if you look at the closest thing you can kind of say with Williams in this fight against Pavlik is Margarito in Williams, and if you remember correctly, Margarito started out real slow, and he starts slow, but in that fight, if you remember correctly, he actually was fighting at a little bit of a distance, and even the commentators were saying, what is he doing? Like, he's not going to win a boxing match with him, or just hand speed to hand speed. So he was actually kind of staying in the middle of the ring fighting with them like that. And then once he brought the rush and got into the Margarito that we know come forward, that's when he started landing clean shots that, stung and minorly buzzed Williams. But Williams kept moving and delivered his own shots back when he needed to finish off that fight. But halfway through that fight, and especially the 9th, 10th, and 11th, he started getting going, Margarito. And we know Pavlik has more power than Margarito because just a weight different class, and he just has a whole lot of pop in power, Pavlik. I will say this, though. Margarito comes with a lot more different angles, and he can take a punch himself, much like Pavlik, but his angles are a lot better, and he'll come with an uppercut and go 3 times on it. He'll not only double but triple up on that thing, and then come and his jab's a little different. He'll throw a jab, but Margarito will just kind of feel it out and come through, and so he's a different angles and a little faster hands, even though he's slower. I think he's just more athletic as a brawler come forward guy than Pavlik, so I think that's a difference. But like I said, if he gets hit with some of the shots that Williams got hit with, and they're coming from Pavlik, I think that could stun him and buzz him, and who knows? Who knows? Like I said, I think that he's going to win the fight, but I'd like to hear your comments, and if anybody else wants to make a video, what are you guys thinking about this? They think he's chinny, Pavlik. Anyway, this has been the Rope and Dope Report. I'm your host, Chris Carlson. Peace.